Summer is a popular time for weddings, but in the heat, what flowers are best and how do you keep them from wilting? Back with us once again, we have Sarah Parlos from One Fine Day. Thanks so much and welcome back.
Thank you so much for having me.
Let's talk first and foremost, what are some of the best flowers for your summer? We're saying weddings, but it really can be any different events that you're hosting.
The best flowers for summer are actually, I'm going to name off some ones that are not as popular because we were just talking before we actually went on air that hydrangeas sometimes wilt, which is true in the heat, and these are very popular in the summer.
Right.
But some of the hardier flowers are like chrysanthemums, carnations, alstroemeria. Those are flowers that tend to do really, really well in heat, and even a standard rose. But the popular hydrangea sometimes is a little tricky, and we're going to talk about today a way that you can prevent it from wilting and give it a little longevity.
Okay, that's always a good thing because you really want to make sure that they keep fresh throughout your entire day. And a lot of these arrangements, when you're talking about a wedding, are assembled the day before.
Yes, very much so. So a tip for anyone who's doing their flowers at home, say you're a do-it-yourself bride, or maybe you just went to the grocery store, Costco's, wherever, and you picked up some flowers. Number one, you want to actually clean, cut, and feed your flowers. This is extremely important for their preservation. So we take off any greens, because if you leave the greens in, this is what you do not want to do. This is going to create the water murky. It's going to cause
guilty
mold.
of this.
So this is why we clean them. So we take all these green stems off, and then we want to take these birthing petals off. So anything that's brown and kind of gross, because we want it to be the perfect flower, and that's why a lot of times when you see something from the floral shop, it's perfect.
Right.
The next thing you want to do is cut it on a 45-degree angle. Do not cut straight across. This actually squeezes the stems and suffocates them. We're going on a 45-degree angle so that they can drink properly. Then you put it back into your pre-treated vase. So once again, we clean, we cut, we feed. Okay.
What about the rule that I've heard that you have to cut the stems under running water? Is that true?
You do not have to do that. Now, I am going to talk about some tricks because you can do that, but a lot of people, when you're working at home, it's just a really big pain in the butt to do that.
Right.
So there are some tricks besides that work for longevity. One of them is, let's say that you get flowers and you are prepping for your wedding 2 or 3 days in advance. You're at home, your wedding's on Saturday, you begin your flowers on Wednesday because good Lord knows that Thursday and Friday you're really busy.
Yeah.
So you can actually put your flowers under water. Now this is a do-it-yourself. This is Tupperware from my house. Putting this under water, and I'm putting a little pan on top of this. I know this sounds absolutely crazy, but my floral instructor taught me this and it works brilliantly. Sometimes I'll soak my flowers for like 30 or 45 minutes, and this, because the flower hydrates from the bloom as well. So if your flower is wilting, you don't have to do this even right when you get home. Let's say your flower is wilting. You ran some groceries, you left them out of water a little bit in your car, you get in the house and they're wilting. Do this trick. Cut it, clean it, put it under water, 30 or 45 minutes, Tupperware, a little pan on top so it doesn't come up. I'm telling you, this will revive it. Works brilliantly, especially for hydrangeas. Everyone asked, just like you, put it under water, your hydrangea will come back to life in about 45 minutes. I've done it many times. I'm not lying. This works.
Very interesting.
Yes. So another tip I wanted to talk about is if you want to make sure, of course, you're watering your flowers have food. So a lot of times the grocery store will give you those little packets. It's really helpful.
Right.
But you also can put about 1/4 of a teaspoon of bleach, just standard bleach, right in your water before. Once again, we do not want our water to look like this with the greens. But once you clean your flowers, put a 1/4 teaspoon, of bleach into about 1/4 of water, and that makes your flowers last much longer. Because most of your flowers should last between 7 to 10 days, not 3 to 4 days, which most people that I talk to are kind of experiencing that.
Right.
Yeah. So I have another tip. Do I have time?
Yeah, go for it. I'm soaking this all in.
So another thing that I always do, especially for weddings, is it okay if I spray this on set here?
Yes, go ahead.
So is that we actually spray our flowers from the top. So when I'm delivering, this is a very typical centerpiece that I would use at a wedding. We actually are going to spray it down because once again, the blooms, the petals, all the flowers are soaking up nutrients from the top.
Just water?
Just water, yes. Now this is also something we use, which every florist knows about. It's called Crowning Glory. It actually creates, almost like a little bit of a wax covering over your flowers.
Like you would spray hairspray on your hair.
Exactly. You're such a girl like me. Yes, this is exactly what happens. And so what this does is it locks in the moisture. And yes, you see we have fruit in our arrangements. We're using grapes and lemons. This is safe for fruits. It's not going to turn the brown. So if you're using an arrangement like this that has some fruits, spray it right in. Okay?
Nice.
So these are some of the things that we use and that are realistic. We use them all the time. They're tried and true. Yes, they work.
Perfect.
Good.
Thank you so
You're
much.
so
I feel
welcome.
like I had an education, and my flowers are going to last
I'm so
longer.
glad. It was such a pleasure.
Perfect.
Thank you so much.
All right, well, we're going to, stop and smell the roses here a little bit more. But coming up next here on Good Day Connecticut, we do have some more breaking news.